Let's go! Woo! Over the middle, and it's complete to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson makes someone miss. Garrett Wilson's loose to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose. Breece Hall's gone. Breece Hall is gone. He walks into the end zone. Josh Allen fires it over the middle. Intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks off Allen. Sauce Gardner, let's go! The rookie picks off Josh Allen. Win it. Let's go. Oh my God. Drops back to pass. He fires it over the middle. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets tie the football game! The rookie! The Jets win! The Jets win! Ashton Davis, ices the game! Let's go! Handle Quinton Williams with the tackle for loss. That's a loss of 5 yards. Josh Allen is going to fire up a bomb. Josh Allen, Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner! The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills and improved to 6-3 on the year. Sauce Gardner!
That's how we get on the ball, boys. Yeah.
Hey, yo! Jets Nation, welcome back to Jets Media. We got some more news today. Derek Carr and the New York Jets, they met over the weekend, and apparently, according to ESPN, it went very well. And the New York Jets and Derek Carr seem to be getting along very well. Because over the weekend, we saw an image come out there of Derek Carr and Robert Saleh, Nathaniel Hackett, and their new passing game coordinator, Todd Downing, out to eat in New Jersey. And according to Jeff, let me make sure I get Jeff Darlington out of ESPN. He was on Get Up this morning. He said the meeting went very positive, and the Jets view him as a quarterback that could take him over the top to be a championship contender. Whoa. All right. Now, the big question is the same question we've been talking about for the past couple of days. Do we sign him right now, or do we wait for Aaron Rodgers? Because Aaron Rodgers is continuously still in darkness, meditating, doing his own spiritual retreat, going inward to contemplate his future. And I think that this is a really good thing for the Jets because the timing is working in their favor. I don't think Derek Carr is in a rush to make a decision. I think he's going to go out there and meet with other teams like the Carolina Panthers or other teams out there. So it's not like Derek Carr is probably telling the Jets it's either you want me now or you don't want me at all. So I think that the timing is going in our favor. So if you guys could do me a gigantic favor, hit that thumbs up button. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the show. Let's get it going. Hit that like button, baby. So we do have some more breaking news today. ESPN on Get Up. I don't know, man. This is really interesting. So I'm going to read the report right here. Some new information from ESPN this morning on Get Up from Jeff Darlington. The New York Jets and Derek Carr, their meeting went very well. Apparently, it was very positive, and the organization believes that Derek Carr could lead the New York Jets to a championship. Yes, indeed. They also feel like he is a great player and he will elevate this team. So now the big question is, are the New York Jets going to sign Derek Carr? I would absolutely love for the New York Jets to sign Derek Carr. Would you want the Jets to sign Derek Carr? That's a good question because we also know that Aaron Rodgers, he is available in the trade market potentially. We don't know what Aaron Rodgers' future holds. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers even wants to play football next season. But we all know that the top two targets for the New York Jets is Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr. So the new news is, after seeing the image of Robert Saleh, Nathaniel Hackett, and Todd Downing meeting with Derek Carr at a restaurant in New Jersey, the meeting went well. They separated. They probably have a good taste in their mouths. This is a good thing because this tells us that Derek Carr likes what he saw from the New York Jets' vision. Now, the New York Jets' vision is to build around Derek Carr, build up through the trenches, get him an offensive line. Because guess what? We don't have to do that much around him playmaking-wise this offseason because we have the reigning rookie of the year in Garrett Wilson. We have another rookie coming off a fantastic season who unfortunately tore his ACL in Breece Hall. I don't need to name you all the playmakers that we got for Derek Carr at his disposal, and not to mention a top 5 defense that's going to get better with the reigning all-first-team Sauce Gardner, Defensive Rookie of the Year, all-first-team Quinnen Williams, all-second-team CJ Mosley, and other players that's going to be getting better, other players that are going to be added to the team. So I'm all in on Derek Carr. I continuously believe that Derek Carr will help this Jets team get over the hump. But I also think Aaron Rodgers would get us over hump even more. And the big thing that we got to weigh here as Jets fans is Aaron Rodgers, you got to give up draft capital. Derek Carr, you don't have to. So you get in Derek Carr, it's more of a free agent acquisition, and we can still use that 13th overall pick. We can use our second, our third, our fourth round pick. We don't have to give up draft capital. So you get to build a better team around Derek Carr, and he's younger. But on the flip side of things, Aaron Rodgers, it kind of rises expectations to be Super Bowl team. You feel me? This is why we're all here right now contemplating what the heck this New York Jets team is doing. So cheers to the New York Jets, and cheers to everybody watching. Let's get into the chat. Let's get into your guys' thoughts. But before we do that, I do want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's live stream, which is the official sportsbook sponsor of Jets Media. That is BetUS. If you guys want to download BetUS, you can click the link down below in the description of this video, and you will get $50 when you sign up for free. I know that the football season's over, but it doesn't matter because you can bet on the NFL draft. Go out there, you can bet on who the first overall pick will be, who's the first quarterback going to be, who's the first defensive player, who's the first wide receiver selected. So BetUS has a lot of fun bets coming up there regarding the NFL draft. And that's not it. They also have basketball bets, baseball bets that's coming up. But I know we're all football fans. You can even bet on the XFL. You can even bet on the Super Bowl next season. Because guess what? The New York Jets have the 8th best odds on BetUS to win the Super Bowl next year. I know. That is pretty crazy. Why do they have the Jets so high? Do they know something that we don't? We can also bet on the MVP for next season. There's a lot of fun stuff that, oh, wow, Sam Darnold has the 27th best odds of winning MVP. What the heck? I think that's funny. But now is the time to invest in your bets on BetUS. Click the link down below in the description. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the chat a little bit more. Hit that like button, my holy king. Thank you. Rodgers for 2 years and try to win it all. Swing. Get the home run. I'm with you, Hennessy. I'm with you, my friend. Rich, tuning in. Like, yes. Excuse me. Who would not want to sign up for Carr throwing to Garrett Wilson, DeAndre, and Elijah? Oh, I'm sneezing and I'm muting it so you don't hear me sneezing. But thank you. I like that they're supporting you, though. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's go, Mets. Oh, yeah, baby. Swing for the home run. I got what you were saying. What's up, folks? What's up, man? The Sam Darnold odds makes you not want to go anywhere near that website. Hey, man, if the odds are like this tells you that you get good odds, in my opinion. Come on. Excuse me. I blow my nose a lot, and your boy's got to blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'm getting a sneeze attack. All right, so we're good, though. We're living life. It's a Monday. Aaron Rodgers is currently in Lotus Pose. For anybody that knows what that is, he's sitting there. He's meditating in the darkness, and we're waiting for him to come out of the darkness, and we're waiting for him to make his freaking final decision. I want Aaron Rodgers. I know a lot of you guys want Aaron Rodgers, but the topic of this video is that the meeting with Derek Carr went very freaking well. Went very well. And whoa, something's in my throat. And I think that this is a really good sign that we have the top quarterback on the market right now, by the way, who is the best quarterback available, because Aaron Rodgers isn't available. Derek Carr is. So the good news is that the Jets are being proactive. They're taking advantage of the time. They bring in Derek Carr over the weekend, and they look at him, and they are telling him their vision, and Derek Carr and them got along well. That's a good freaking thing. That's a very good thing. Richie, let's hear your offseason breakdown. What would you do if you was the GM? Well, I would do a lot of things. I first of all go get Aaron Rodgers, number one. And I don't know, man. Hold on. I do want to share something with you guys, though, because I just uploaded a new video on my other NFL YouTube channel, and it is all about the Jets offseason plans. And if you guys are interested in checking that out, I want to show you it because it's all about the AFC East. We broke down a lot of teams: the Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets. Just put it in the chat. Just put it in the chat, baby. Richie, I'm late. What do you mean I'm late? I know this news came out this morning, but your boy had some stuff to do. So when I found time, I'm live. I'm live talking about it now. That's all that matters. Am I right? But this link, guys, I just uploaded a new video on my NFL YouTube channel, Touchdown Kingdom. If you want to help me out with that, building that channel, that would help me out a lot. Click that link, watch that video entirely, hit the thumbs up button on that video, subscribe to the channel over there. I'm really trying to build that YouTube channel up, and you guys would really help me out a lot. But I think this offseason really is dependent on who the quarterback is first, because we have to realize that that's the first domino that's going to fall before we can really say with a straight face what the New York Jets are doing. Because right when we figure out the quarterback, that's going to tell us what the draft is looking like, because we don't even know if we're going to have that 13th overall pick yet. That's why I'm staying away from mock drafts. I'm waiting for Derek Carr to be a Jet, or Aaron Rodgers to be a Jet, or someone else to be a Jet, so I know if we're going to keep that first overall pick or not. Because if we're getting Aaron Rodgers, there's a very likely chance that we're trading away that 13th overall pick, and I don't want to waste my time looking at players on that 13th overall pick, to be honest with you guys, with a pick that we might be trading away. So I think for me, it's hard to really predict the offseason plan. But if you want to do some hypotheticals, let's start it right there. So hypothetically, the New York Jets signed Derek Carr. 4-year deal. He's the Jets quarterback for the next 4 years. All right. Well, do the draft. We can keep all of our picks. Free agency, I want us to sign a lot of offensive linemen. Sign some defensive players. Who are we re-signing, number one? I want to re-sign Quan and Quincy Williams. I don't know if we're going to be able to do both of them, but definitely at least one of them. Are we going to re-sign Sheldon Rankins? Because this team low-key needs a defensive tackle. Where are we going to get our free safety with LaMarcus Joyner walking? Right? We don't want to bring back LaMarcus. We want someone else. So there are some holes to fill. The offensive line is where I would like the Jets to go with that 13th overall pick, because we need to build through the line. And with Breece Hall coming off of an injury, we need him to have the biggest holes possible to run through. And with Nathaniel Hackett, he's always been an offensive mind that's really good at establishing a run game. So that's what's going to be the backbone of this team, no matter who the quarterback is. We need the offensive line to be stout. We need them to be able to protect. We need them to be able to run the ball. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, Derek Carr can't throw the football in cold weather. Oh, he sucks in cold weather. Well, you know how you can help a quarterback in cold weather? Running the football. We have the running backs. We just need the offensive line. Breece Hall is going to be back. I got confidence in Michael Carter in year 3. I know he had a down year in a sophomore slump, but I think he's going to bounce back. I like Bam Knight. So in the cold weather games, if Derek Carr's that bad, what this team's identity is to run the football, play hard-nosed defense, and win on special teams. This team is built to win games, not by having a quarterback putting up 4 or 5 touchdowns, 300-plus yards a game. We're going to hopefully have some games like that. But the foundation, the formula, the identity of this New York Jets football team. Remember when we were 5-2? Remember when we were on a 4-game winning streak? What was the backbone? What was the reason why we were winning? What was the philosophy that Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh were implementing to this team that was working so well? Spoiler alert, it was with Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker. And that identity kind of went away just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I think that the New York Jets are going to be able to get back to that way. So the identity that I was referring to, running the football because they were grounding and pounding the rock with Breece Hall. Winning on special teams, which we were doing. Don't forget, the special teams was elite early on in the year. Blocking punts, getting good field position, all those things. And then the third and final one was playing hard-nosed defense. Those are the three aspects of the games that if those are the most consistent, it doesn't matter the weather. It doesn't matter if it's January and it's a windy, snowy game. If you can run the football, play defense, and win on special teams, that travels, which is why the whole narrative of Derek Carr being a cold quarterback, I get that. But if you can really build a stout team around Derek Carr to the point where he doesn't have to do that much, but at the same time, I understand when you're a quarterback and we're playing in January, you're in the playoffs, it's on the quarterback's shoulders to will this team to a comeback, to put the team on their back at times. I'm not saying the quarterback doesn't have to do anything, but I think that this Jets team has enough talent around the quarterback to be a help for the QB, to kind of take the pressure off the quarterback a little bit, to rely on our elite weapons, to rely on our hopefully good offensive line that we build. Because another thing I want to make a point on this offensive line, because we all know that it's a big weakness and it needs to be a priority in the offseason, but don't get it twisted. The big reason why this offensive line stunk last year wasn't because of the talent. It was because of the injuries, okay? The injuries were a big reason why the offensive line failed. Bro, we had 6 offensive tackles on the injured reserve. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If we could stay healthy on the offensive line this year, it's going to be a good offensive line. And that's with Mekhi Becton being healthy. I know it's a lot to ask for. That's with Elijah Vera Tucker being healthy. Lincoln Tomlinson was healthy. I think he'll be better with a stable guy next to him, hopefully. Maybe we'll get a new center. But we need to stay healthy on the offensive line because Elijah Vera Tucker was a freaking superstar last year, playing at every single position but center. Mekhi Becton, don't forget how good he is. I know we haven't seen him in 2 years, and I know it's a lot to ask for him to stay healthy, but if he is healthy, this offensive line is going to be freaking good. So my point is that the offensive line isn't depleted with talent. It's depleted with health. We need them to get healthy. We need them to add more depth and talent. So that's where it really starts from. My buddy just sent me a tweet from Incarcerated Bob, who is the most unreliable source. Breaking news, the Jets are preparing an offer for Derek Carr if the meeting went great past weekend. Carr will have Jets offer in back pocket if he chooses to go back with Saints or any other team. I don't know if I believe this. Don't really believe that. I don't believe this. I'm sending it to my friend. Incarcerated Bob, that man blocked me, I'm pretty sure. I'm good on him. That's not really groundbreaking news. Hey, Richie, you remember Jets Media Day? Of course I do, Hennessy. 40-17. Yo, Jets Media Day this year is about to be even better, bigger and better, by the way. And if anybody that doesn't know what Jets Media Day is, we're going to go to a Jets game together early on in the season, probably the second or third home game. And we're all going to tailgate together. Whoever buys tickets through me, we're all going to sit together. We're also going to get access to the field after the game, hopefully after a W. We did it last year. If you guys want to check out my vlog, you can check it out. But we're doing it again. So this next year is going to be even bigger. So, Hennessy, I hope to see you there again, my man. I hope to see you again. Whew. This is some interesting stuff that we have to get into, guys. Very interesting stuff. Richie, what do you want to upgrade outside receiver? Well, receiver isn't really that much of a need, but I definitely would like to see another playmaker being added. Offensive line is no doubt a big time upgrade. I'd like to add more to the defensive line. I think, first of all, extending Quinn Williams needs to be a priority. I would love the Jets to extend his brother, Quincy Williams. I'd love to figure out a way to keep Carl Lawson by extending him and restructuring his deal to lower his cap hit this season. I think that would be a big addition because, listen, if we're cutting Carl Lawson, like some of you guys want to do so bad, we have a hole on the edge. And I know you guys will say, yeah, but we got Jermaine, we got Clemens, we got Huff. We need another player. So if we like to cut Carl Lawson all of a sudden, you got to replace him with somebody. And I don't know. So defensive line, free safety, linebacker. Don't need to touch the corners. How beautiful is that, by the way? But yeah, there's a lot of things the Jets will be doing. How do we get in on the media day? So the Jets media day announcement is going to come when the schedule comes out, which is in May. I can't make the arrangements yet until tickets go on sale. So in a couple of months after the NFL draft in May, that's when you'll hear more announcements from me about which game it's going to be, the prices, and all those fun stuff. So just stay tuned. Follow me on all my social medias, and I'll keep you up to date. I'm still waiting for the Jets to run the 2 tight end attack. Yeah, me too. I think we have the personnel to do it. We did run the 2 tight end attack a lot this year, but it didn't look that good. You feel me? Keep Berrios. He has good hands. Now, this is an interesting conversation to have. I know that there's a report and there's a lot of things being circulated around the NFL or Jets world, rather, that the Jets might be cutting Braxton Berrios. I think that's a mistake. I mean, why get rid of a reliable weapon? And I know that he kind of had a down year, but please don't forget that Braxton Berrios had a very good start to the season. Very good start to the season. Remember, touchdown against the Steelers, touchdown against the Dolphins. He was returning the ball very well. And then at the back end of the season, he regressed. He missed that game-winning touchdown against the Vikings. In special teams punt returns, he was not doing well. I get all that. But I have a lot of confidence in Braxton Berrios. I think he's a reliable guy. He's a gadget player that you want to stay on this team. I don't get the whole idea of everyone saying, goodbye, Braxton, we don't want you anymore. I don't know. I think he's a reliable player. And I know that last season he kind of took a step back, but why get worse at the position? That's my point. We got Elijah Moore. We got Braxton Berrios. We got Denzel Mims. We got Garrett Wilson. Corey Davis might be walking. So why would you want to get rid of somebody? Unless you're going to be able to replace him with someone better? I don't know. I just feel like Braxton Berrios is a valuable piece to this team. He's our special teams guy. He's a gadget guy, and I think that he can get better. Personally. And I'm not saying he's going to be your starting slot receiver, but he could provide depth. He could be your gadget guy. He could be in on certain rotations. He can be the special teams guy. I don't know. I see it. Elijah Moore is 100% better. I'm right there with you, Patrick. Outside wide receiver is a big need. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it from the perspective of Corey Davis is going to get cut potentially, Denzel Mims is the next man up. Garrett Wilson is not really that outside receiver, but he is the number one target. Garrett Wilson needs a big body receiver next to him. And if it's not Corey Davis, it's not Denzel Mims, we got to get one. Best case scenario is it is Denzel Mims, and he takes that step, and he's like balling. I mean, that would be great. But I don't know if I can put my faith in Denzel Mims just yet. You know? Carr with the young Jets would be a total upgrade for him with a legit defense. Yeah, this is a good point. Derek Carr will be coming to a better situation than he was with the Raiders. It's a better defense. The Raiders had a good running back. They had a good tight end. They had a good receiver. But Josh McDaniels in the first year kind of felt like a little bit of a mess. You think we will see more Mims now that Mike LaFleur is gone? I sure hope so, man. I really believe there's a lot of untapped talent with Denzel. I don't know if it's right to just blame LaFleur for it, but he definitely had something to do with his not good development. Because remember, rookie year, Denzel with Adam Gase looked pretty darn good. And Denzel Mims' strengths are is being a vertical receiver, going down the field, go routes, throwing up 50-50 balls. He's a very good blocker. Remember that 62-yard touchdown that Breece Hall had against the Broncos? Yeah, Denzel Mims is a big reason for that because of his block. I think Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims, they're going to benefit with the addition of Nathaniel Hackett and a new quarterback. So we'll see, man. Did you see the DK Metcalf video? I did see that, and it's fake. It's 100% fake. As a video editor myself, I can't believe people are watching that and thinking it's real. But that's the day. That's today's league, today's world rather. Everyone believes everything they see online, but they did a good job editing it. I'll give them that. But guys, if you're just tuning in, hit that like button on your way in, man. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. We're gonna open this up to a little Jets Q&A. So if you guys have something to say to me, let me know in the chat, because Derek Carr and the New York Jets visit went very well. And I think that the New York Jets could potentially sign Derek Carr at any given moment. Now, I think they're going to be patient. I don't think they're going to go out there and do it right away because of Aaron Rodgers still looming. But if I had to guess, the New York Jets and Derek Carr had to negotiate a contract, and they probably have one in the back pocket. And when they do, if the Jets do decide to sign Derek Carr, I'm assuming they just call him up and say, all right, we already talked about the contract. Do you want to do this? Do you want to party? Because I think they're going to wait out and see if Aaron Rodgers becomes available or not. And right when the Jets get the call that Aaron Rodgers is not available and he does not want to come to the Jets, that's when they pivot to sign Derek Carr immediately. They're waiting for the Aaron Rodgers decision. And I think that we are in a good situation right now because Derek Carr is not in a rush to sign. I think he's going to go out there and try to visit other teams. Apparently, things are really going to start picking up when the NFL Combine starts, which is in March, in like 8 days or something like that. So that's where it's all going to really start speeding up. That's when we're really going to figure out where the Jets are going to go with that quarterback room. And I'm hoping that is Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers. I know a lot of you guys are. I know some of you guys lean more this way, lean over this way, blah, blah, blah. I get all that. The fallback options, if you don't get Carr or Rodgers, it's going to be Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy Garoppolo. That's really the two guys. And I'm not including Lamar Jackson just because I personally don't see that likely. But Jimmy Garoppolo and Ryan Tannehill, those are the two fallback options. And I'm hoping that those are not going to be the guys. Please. Okay? So I'd really like to hear that the New York Jets and Derek Carr went well. I really like that. Any chance we could spend big money on Bates or Gardner Johnson? We're going to be spending a lot of money on a quarterback, so I don't know if we're going to be able to spend a lot of money at the safety spot. Because listen, guys, this Jets team, this defense was freaking elite last year with LaMarcus Joyner. So I think that this team would benefit from drafting a safety in the second, third, fourth round and make him the starter and develop him. I like that. I don't know if getting expensive at the safety position is smart. I don't think that's a premier position that you want to invest money into, personally. I'd rather the Jets invest all their money in the trenches, to be honest, on both defense and offense. Because that's how you are going to be a successful organization. Getting to the quarterback defensively, shutting down the run defensively, and also on the offense, guess what? Protecting your quarterback and running the ball. I mean, it seems simple, but it's really, I guess, not. Any chance we could sign OBJ? I mean, OBJ is a polarizing. I mean, do you really want to risk a guy that's coming off an injury that he couldn't even come back at all last year? He tore his ACL in last year's Super Bowl, wasn't able to play at all this season. I don't know if OBJ is that guy. If we get OBJ and it's OBJ and Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore, I mean, you could definitely sell me on that. But I just don't know if I can put faith in OBJ's durability. I'd rather get someone that's reliable, that's going to play the whole season and not have off-the-field issues. personally. I think a ball hawk safety could make this D disgusting. Only complaint with the D is they couldn't get any turnovers the second half of the season. That is very true. We do need a ball hawk, and I hear you. And I think that's what this defense is lacking, for sure. For sure. We should absolutely sign OBJ, says Tom with the $2 super chat. How do you guys feel about OBJ? Would you be on board with the New York Jets signing Odell Beckham Jr.? You could sell me on it. You can definitely sell me on it because that means that we have Aaron Rodgers, we have Derek Carr, and we're just basically we're in a win now mode. And how beautiful is it, guys, that we are in a win now mode this offseason? When is the last time the Jets were in win now mode where we can go out there and sign a guy like OBJ? We can go out there and sign veterans. Pretty cool. But I'm not that comfortable with OBJ as some might be. I'd rather draft one. Yeah, it seems like some of you guys don't want him. I hear you. I think having an actual quarterback will make this defense disgusting. Imagine the defense getting some rest between possessions. What a concept. And imagine a defense that doesn't have to just strain constantly to stay in the game. Imagine a defense that actually has a 2-possession lead that they can protect. You're 100% right, Zach. I love the win now mode, to be honest. Good or bad long-term, I'm sick of thinking we're 2 years away. Let's go for it. Facts. Let's go for it indeed. Expectations for this team amongst this fan base has been so bad. Rightfully so, because we're realistic fans. We're not going to look at the team and expect a Super Bowl unless we believe that we can get one. And I'll say this. Even if we get Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, even Tannehill, even Jimmy Garoppolo, you know what the expectations are this season, no matter who the quarterback is? Playoffs. Because we were so close to the playoffs last season with Zach Wilson and Mike White and Joe Flacco. So any of these guys are an upgrade. And that's the crazy thing about it. Me and my buddy Jack were just talking about this morning. We can all debate which quarterback is better than the other. I'd rather have this guy. Well, this guy's better. This guy would take us over the hump. This guy sucks here. This guy's good. Well, guess what? Every quarterback we're negotiating between is better than what we had last season. So think about that. Think about that for a second. We had terrible quarterback play last season. So any of these quarterbacks that we're negotiating between are significant upgrades of what we had last season. So that's a plus. That's a freaking plus. Okay? That's why we need to make sure that we get the right guy, though. Rich, do you think Adam Thielen can become available? His production has slipped since they got Jefferson. I don't know. I mean, that's someone I really wouldn't. I mean, he's getting up there in age. I know that he's reliable, but I'd rather get. We are young at the wide receiver position, so it kind of makes sense to balance the youth with a veteran because we're young with Garrett Wilson. We're young with Elijah Moore. We're young with Denzel Mims. So I think an addition of a veteran to replace Corey Davis would make sense. I don't know if Thielen is the guy, though. I mean, Thielen is a number 2. He'd be the number 2 next to Garrett. You could say number 3 next to Garrett and Elijah, but I don't know. Realistically, how many wins this past season if we had Carr? 11. The New York Jets statistically would have had 11 wins if we scored an NFL league average 22 points per game. Think about that. 11 wins if we scored 22 points per game. That's how good our defense was, and that's how much we wasted the defense. Sickening. Sign Carr, draft a quarterback, and build in trenches plus linebacker. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Did we draft a quarterback this year in the later rounds to groom? And our quarterback room is Derek Carr, Zach Wilson, and a rookie? Possible. I think Carr is our savior. He never had a good defense and is ranked number 1 on game-winning drives. A defense would get a huge break, and so would Carr. His defense always gives up a lot of points. I agree, man. I agree. Any reason besides Rodgers why JD preferred Hackett over Eric Bieniemy for OC? I don't know. The Jets wanted to get their offensive coordinator in the building, and Bieniemy felt like, I don't know, maybe they didn't think he'd become available, and that Bieniemy hire kind of felt like he's the next man up to be the head coach for Washington. He's the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator for them, and I think that I don't know. I just feel like the Jets had a relationship with Hackett, and we'll see if it was a right move or the wrong move. Only time will tell. The league is laughing at us, my fellow Jets fans. No, they're not. You're laughing. No one else is. Carr and Rodgers are both scrubs. Disagree. Big time disagree. How much criticism does Douglas deserve for taking Wilson second? He definitely deserves a bunch, but I think what Douglas has done around that has kind of like saved him. Because if he whiffed it on all the other draft picks outside of Zach Wilson, he'd be really in trouble. But since he got us Sauce Gardner, since he got us Garrett Wilson, since he got us Breece Hall, since he got us Elijah Vera Tucker, since he got us a lot of other these guys, it's given him another chance for another quarterback. Come on, Richie. Acknowledge T.O.'s wide receiver option paired with the Ocho Cinco talk. I don't see the downside. So is this like a thing? Is T.O. as like... Is this just Jets fans' speculations? I know Ocho Cinco is like out there on Twitter, like wants to be it. But I don't know who the wide receiver coach is going to be. Apparently, they're interviewing Rex Ryan's son. I feel like a lot of Jets fans are looking at Carr like he's Fitzpatrick. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of that, or rather better. I agree. It's Carr or nothing. Yep. Funny how all the Zach Wilson red flags from the pre-draft time seem to be true. JD is safe. Turbo, so Carr threw 3 picks. It cost them the game. Is defense fault. Let them laugh at us still. They won't be laughing when we beat them. Yes, sir. Derek Carr is the better choice over Aaron. I'd rather have a long-term solution and give up nothing than a short-term solution and give stuff up. So this is the constant battle that Jets fans are coming back to. Do we sign Derek Carr, not having to give up any draft capital to get a long-term solution, or do we go the short-term route, but you also got to give up draft capital? But you also get a better quarterback that's more proven and better. That's the big question that all of us are contemplating. Go Jets, says Rocky and the fam. Yes, sir. What are we doing for Jets Media Day this year, Richie? You know I'll be there. So Jets Media Day is going to be bigger and better next year. There's going to be more people. We're going to get better seats. We're going to get more perks. Jets Media Day is going to be awesome, man. And I'm not going to have details on it until May because that's when the schedule comes out. And that's when the tickets become available. But you know when I'll be announcing Jets Media Day, you all know for sure. What position do you think we'll go after in the first round? I like the offensive tackle, but imagine they draft a receiver. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it really – and this is the fact with every single NFL draft. It really depends on what the free agency looks like because they could fill holes in free agency, and then it makes it obvious of where they're going in the first round. Because what if they make a trade for an offensive tackle or they sign an offensive tackle, and all of a sudden offensive tackle is not a need at all, and we're like, oh, we're not drafting a tackle at 13. Maybe we'll get the best receiver and pair it up with Garrett Wilson. Or maybe we'll get a defensive player. Who knows? Only go for Rodgers if he guarantees us 2 years. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do not want to get Aaron Rodgers if he comes for 1 season. Go Jets, go Knicks, go Mets. Yes, yes, and yes. Not a hockey fan, but sure. Go Rangers. More Islanders guy, but I also don't really care about hockey, so. Go Rangers and Islanders, sure. Sure. But listen, the reality is the Jets are in a really good spot right now. And we are the talk of the league right now amongst the NFL media. We are. Because we are getting a veteran quarterback. But the question is, who will it be? Hope we sign and draft a safety. You want to sign and draft one? I think Jordan Whitehead's going to stay. So we're probably going to just do one of the two. Well, guys, this is good news. Why didn't Jeff Ulbrich get a head coaching interview after taking the 32nd ranked defense to a top 5 in most categories? If first-time OC Kafka can get head coach interviews, Ulbrich can too. Hey, I'm happy he didn't get any interviews because that means he's staying with us. We don't want Ulbrich going anywhere. But he definitely deserves his credit. I agree. I agree for sure. Address the line and go heavy on defense. I agree. Rich, thank you. Hit that like button. This 2022-23 Jets team reminds me a lot of the 2009-2010 Jets team. Well, we got to really build up that O-line. That's for sure. First. Would you want Quentin Johnson at 13 if a couple of the old linemen we like are gone? Hey, can you imagine if they bring this man in? That's just playmaker galore. I'm all in. Richie, you buying any new jerseys? Not yet. I think the next jersey I'm going to get is probably Garrett Wilson. Or if we get a Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers, I'd like to get one of those jerseys. Right now, the only jerseys I have that are active Jets are Elijah Moore, Sauce Gardner, and Mekhi Becton. What's going on with Carr? So the latest update is that the Jets and their meeting went well. That's all we know. Richie, not ready to cut Lawson. Hope we could restructure. Makes Q so much better. Lawson coming off 2 surgeries. Have a feeling he will bust out next year. I agree, Zach. We need to make sure that this man, Carl Lawson, doesn't go anywhere. Because he could finally have an offseason of not rehabbing and go after it, attacking the offseason of just getting ready for a season. He's going to have a better season next year. And he had a career high in sacks coming off an injury. So imagine what he would do when he's fully healthy. So it would be a mistake to let him go. Richie, do you think we end up with Carr? I think it's very likely, yes. What's good? Sorry I haven't been here in a while. Been working too much. No problem, my man. No problem at all. So the latest news that the Jets and Carr meeting went very well. And now we're waiting to hear Aaron Rodgers news because the Rodgers news is going to give the Jets an understanding of where they're going. If Rodgers comes out and he says, I want to be a Jet, the Jets will make that happen. If he comes out and says, I don't want to be a Jet, the Jets are going to go out there and sign Derek Carr, hopefully. Once we get our QB situation done, I think they should start to work on getting Q Williams on extension. What do you think? I agree. I think that's what I'm hopeful that they're telling Quinnen Williams. Like, hey, listen, we're going to really put our focus on the quarterback search. When we get our quarterback, we're going to pivot and we're going to work on a contract to make sure Quinnen Williams is a Jet for life. That needs to happen. Sorry, guys. I'm freaking having some sort of allergy workup. Hold on. Yeah. Some sort of allergy in my I don't know, on my face. I had to blow my nose one more time. We need the Williams bros. Yes. Resign Quincy. Extend Quinnen. Carr with the defense and the Jets go deep in the playoffs. This is a Bills fan saying that. I agree with you. The question is, will it happen? Will we actually bring in that quarterback? I feel like Carr can win us in the playoffs for sure. Me too, man. We need a big fatty we need a We need a big fatty to the line up next to Q. Yeah, we kind of need somebody to help out in the run game because I feel like the defense needs to improve against the run. Richie, who has the larger offseason hype going into 23? The Jets with Carr or the Giants with Jones? The Jets with Carr. I mean, well, there are rumors out there that Daniel Jones wants more money than the Giants are offering. So that'd be interesting. And the Giants are a better football team. They made the playoffs. We did not. But I think with the Jets, with a brand new quarterback and Derek Carr, there's going to be a lot of buzz around that just because it's new. It's like a brand new feel. It's a new look Jets. Same team pretty much, but with a new quarterback and new additions. How much longer do you think this Derek Carr saga until he's signed? I think it's going to go into the NFL Combine, which is next week. I think that Carr is probably going to visit another team this week, maybe even two, and then he's going to really make his decision. Whew. Can Carr win versus Mahomes, Herbert, Joe Burrow, or Josh Allen? If we have a good enough team, I think they could. But the thing you got to look at is, out of all the quarterbacks that are available, Derek Carr is the best one. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is not it, who else is it besides Derek Carr? I think that our defense can stack up against these four quarterbacks. And I'll say this. I think the Jets can beat Josh Allen with Derek Carr. We beat Josh Allen with Zach Wilson. So I think if our defense is playing elite, if our offensive line is playing well, I think Derek Carr can beat these quarterbacks. I do. And that's with our team around him playing very well. I want Rodgers or nothing. Carr's garbage. I watch a lot of his games. Uncle's a Raiders fan. Stats are bloated because plays like shit in first half. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I don't know, man. Salute Richie in the chat. Salute my man Ray. Thank you, bro. Josh Allen is overrated. So this is a Raiders fan saying this, by the way, not a Jets fan. It's not going to be all on Carr to win. It's going to be our talent that gets us across the line. Thank you, Richard. I agree. People need to realize that Derek Carr is a piece to the puzzle of a championship team. He's not going to be the reason why we get it. And I know the quarterback seems to be the only thing that needs to be working, and we hadn't had a good quarterback in forever. But it's all going to be about, is the defense going to take another step? Is Garrett Wilson going to get better? Is the offensive line going to improve? That's going to be the big question, regardless of who the quarterback is. Jets Young D is a real challenge for Allen. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, baby. That's why we beat the Bills with Zach Wilson. We almost beat the Bills with Mike White getting injured. Solid took over play calling this year. No, he did not. That's false. Hey, we got Turbo, who's a Raiders fan, becoming a Jets fan if we get Derek. Welcome, man. Chances of Brees getting comeback player of the year, Sauce defensive player of the year, Rodgers another MVP with the Jets. Hey, I don't think all of them would happen, but I think Brees can win that award. I think Sauce could be a finalist. And if Rodgers really clicks, why the hell not? Buffalo took an L to Zach Wilson. Same to Miami. First time 40-17. They act like it never happened. Let them know, Dakota. Remind them. I told Bills fans last offseason their team will have done less than the 09-10 Jets that made it to back-to-back AFC championships. Woo! Let them know. Jets on a real Will Rose. Let's get the O-line fully structured, and let's get a real quarterback that knows what he's doing. That's the goal here. Miami not scary. Turn the ball over. Yeah, listen, if we get Aaron Rodgers, we have the best quarterback in the division all of a sudden. we get Derek Carr, we have the second best quarterback in the division, I can say. I think Derek Carr is the second best quarterback in the division. If we get him, I think it would go Josh Allen number 1, Derek Carr number 2. And then I think Tua, when healthy, is better than Mac Jones. Tua than Mac. Richie, I saw that you violated that Sauce Gardner fan page before. I had to, Tommy. If I see anybody putting that much time into hating on my man Sauce, you got to call him out. Allen 1, Carr 2 for sure. Then Tuna Mac sucks. Yeah. Skoronski at 13. Yeah. I mean, it really comes down to the free agency. Do we bring in offensive tackles or not? That's what it comes down to. Hey, man. Jets Unleashed, you got to stop with the pessimism, my friend. I don't know why you're very pessimistic in the chat right now. Come on. Wake up. We on the rise. We on the rise. Derek Carr will get us over the hump. Aaron Rodgers will get us over the hump. Love the layout, my man. My man Ali's in the chat. What's good, brother? Everyone check out my man Ali's podcast and all this great stuff that he's doing. You guys know Ali. The best Instagram account out there. Shout out to the official loyal NY Jet fans, Ali, my man. I appreciate the love. Jets versus Raiders, Sunday Night Football, Derek Carr revenge game. Oh, man, that's in Vegas, too. That is a game I would love to travel to. Out of all the away games next year, I would love to go to Vegas, especially if we get Derek Carr. That would be sick. That would be sick. Everyone here hit the like, please. We appreciate that. Could we get 100 freaking likes? We got 64 likes. We could get 100. Miami's D is all right against Allen. New England's D is still yet to figure him out yet. The Jets D smacked him also, picked him twice the first game. Second game, we would have won if we had a real quarterback at O-line. All facts. Bam Knight is a beast. Yes, sir. What do the Raiders have to beat the Jets? Realistically, this should be a blowout for the Jets. Let's see who our quarterback is first. But I like the way we match up. Brees Lightning. Hit the like button, boys. Let's go. Let's roll. Yes, Iceman. Yes. Wilson, what a beast. He can play with any quarterback throwing to him. That's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Whatever it takes to sweep New England. Bro, can we beat the Patriots once? That's what I want to do. Sweeping them would be great, but let's beat them once. Okay, let's beat them in their first matchup. Jets gang does not like us getting the diva, Aaron Rodgers. I hear you. Matthew Stafford's not a top 5 quarterback, my friend. Nick Foles is not a top 5 quarterback, my friend. I can go on. There's a lot of Super Bowl victories that went with non-top 5 quarterbacks. You need a good quarterback to win a Super Bowl, but you got to be able to have a good team. So, yeah. We will beat the Pats. Manifest that, baby. Michael Carter, the corner, deserves more credit. One of the best corners in the slot, but gets overshadowed by Sauce and Reed. I agree. I think he's one of the most, if not the biggest, underrated Jets player. And it still haunts me to this day that Michael Carter, the second, pick 6 against the Patriots that got called back because of the JFM roughing the passer penalty. Oh. That sucks. Carr will sign next month with the Jets. Just watch. We'll see. Jets are stacked young talent-wise. Our future is as bright as any other team in the league right now. I think the Jets have, I mean, who is a better team in the league that has more youth talent than us on rookie contracts? You can say the Seahawks. I'll give them their credit. Who else? Come on. I'm talking about young talent on rookie deals. I'm waiting. You know what helps the defense get better? Not being on the field all game and scoring touchdowns. Yes. Please, if we had a good quarterback, Patriots would not have beaten us any of those games. Facts. That game that the Patriots beat us with the freaking punt return, oh my gosh. That was the worst game to watch. Vote Carr. Rodgers is on his way out. Doesn't have the fire to win anymore. We'll see. Thoughts on Mac Jones possibly going to the Raiders? That would shock me. Now, the question is, who do the Patriots go with? Are they going with Zappy, or are they going to make a splash for a veteran like Jimmy Garoppolo, or I don't know. Hell is a long way. Jets are coming. Keep counting us out. Yes, even our own fans are counting us out, and I love that. Detroit has decent amount of youngsters. Yes, that is definitely a team you got to give credit to. The Jaguars as well. For sure. The Jaguars are going to be freaking good next year, man. They are. It makes me sick, but it's true. Falcons, yeah. Tyler Algier, Drake London. Who else? Get Carr and draft 13. Yep. Detroit does, yet they don't have a Sauce and Wilson. For us, is better than all the wide receivers. Also, Jags agent too. Love this. Well, the Lions do got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's a beast. They do have Jeffrey Okudah, who does not even stack close to Sauce. So I hear you. Jags on luck due to T-Law. Without T-Law, Jags are awful. Yeah, I mean, the quarterback is everything. Yeah, but you got to think of Calvin Ridley joining the team. That's why I think they're going to be scary, bro. Trevor Lawrence with Calvin Ridley adding to the weapons already with Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. And if they re-sign Evan Ingram and they do got Travis Etienne, and I really love their head coach, Doug Peterson, the Jaguars are going to be good, man. And I can admit it. I hate the Jaguars, but I just keep it real. Do you expect us to be active in free agency this offseason? Absolutely. I don't think we're going to be getting all A-list guys, but we're going to be getting a lot of B and C guys. And hopefully we hit a potential gem like we did with DJ Reed. Paul does not want Carr. I see you, Paul. Take out Lawrence and tell me exactly what the Jags look like. I'll wait. Well, listen, man. That's what the NFL's unfortunately about. You need a quarterback. And the Jaguars got their franchise guy. We don't have a franchise quarterback right now. Hopefully we do a week from now when we sign Derek Carr, we'll have a franchise quarterback. You put Trevor Lawrence on the Jets, we're good. We don't have that. So 17 looks like Wilson in those clips, Richie. Oh, yeah. You know that. Devontae Adams, who? Is it traded for Hopkins a possibility? I don't think so. I think that the Jets would be better suited to put their assets elsewhere because we have a number one receiver. We don't need to get a number one. We have Garrett Wilson. So I'd rather pair Garrett Wilson up with a number 2 and number 3, someone in the NFL draft or someone in free agency, personally. I don't want the Jets to become the hospice care for NFL quarterbacks. Well, Derek Carr would not be that. He's 32 years old, so he's not on his deathbed. Aaron Rodgers isn't either. One more draft class can change it all, and that's a fact. If we get Derek Carr and Joe Douglas, it's another freaking home run in this year's draft class, dude, this team is going to be scary because that's how you build a team. It's through the draft, and the Jets have been doing that. It hasn't been perfect, right? But now's the time. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, can you do me a gigantic favor and hit that like button, man? We do greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the show. We have 73 likes with 128 of you guys watching. Please run up those thumbs up button, man. We really do appreciate that. The Jets have a lot of information attained to them right now. They're going to be making a big-time decision soon. Stay tuned for more Jets content, my friends. We're going to be wrapping up the show here. We just hit the hour mark. Any other news coming out to the Jets world, I'll be bringing to you here live here on Jets Media. Subscribe to my channel, man. We appreciate all the love. If you guys could do me a favor on your way out, this would mean a lot to me. This would mean a lot. If you can go to the pin link and watch my brand new video on Touchdown Kingdom where we preview the AFC East offseason, where we talk about the Jets, we talk about the Dolphins, we talk about the Patriots, we talk about the Bills. That link is pinned at the top of the chat. Click that video, hit the thumbs up on that video, comment your thoughts of the video, watch the video from start to end. That will mean a lot to me, my friends. Thank you so much for all the support on my channel, man. I'm really trying to make it big here on YouTube, and I will not make it big if it wasn't for all you guys showing all the support. And I really just want to say thank you to everybody showing me love on all my YouTube channels across this site, whether that's Jets Media, whether that's Knicks Media. If you're a Knicks fan, I do cover the New York Knicks. If you did not know, whether you're an NFL fan, you've watched me on Touchdown Kingdom. Whether you're a fan of the AFC East Roundtable, your boy is trying to make it big on this YouTube thing. And I do want to say again that without you guys showing me all the love and support in the live chat and all the buttons, none of this is freaking possible. So again, guys, thank you. Thank you for all the support. We're going to wrap up the show here. Any other news that comes out, I'll be breaking it to you live here. So hit the notification bell. Thank you again. And I'll catch you next time. Let's freaking go Jets, baby. Woo! Peace out, everybody.